God bless you. My name is Pastor Harris Kakalides, and you're watching here in the program, Getting to Know Jesus. And today's program is named, Why is Jesus called Firstborn in Colossians 1, verse 15? Let's read the verse. Colossians 1, verse 15 says, Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature? There are two different meanings to the word firstborn. The reason I'm specific on this is because members of Jehovah's Witnesses and other cults will use this verse to state that Jesus had a beginning. The two meanings are, the first one is, when a person was born first, he would receive a special inheritance more than the rest. And number two is, firstborn was also a position of power given by God. Examples are as follows. Jacob. In Genesis 25:24, we see that it was Esau that was born first. Let's read Genesis 25:24-26. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. Notice the fact that Jacob was born second and not first. And then in Genesis 32:27-28, Jacob's name is changed to Israel. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with man has prevailed. Now we go to Exodus 4:22, where we see is not Esau the firstborn, but Jacob is Israel. Exodus 4:22 states, And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Wasn't Esau born first? How is Jacob called firstborn? Well, it's a position of power given by God. We see this with Ephraim as well, and we also see it with David. Genesis 41 verses 51-52 says, And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God said, He hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, for God hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. Notice that Ephraim was second born. And then when we go to Genesis 48:17-20, we see, we're not going to read it, but we see Ephraim receiving the greater blessing. And then when we go to Jeremiah 31 to verse 9, it says, And they shall come with weeping and supplication will I lead them, and I will cause them to walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Wasn't Manasseh your firstborn? Why do you call Ephraim your firstborn? Because again, it's a position of power given by God. It's the most honored. Some would say it's called the being most honored. Well, we see that with David as well. If David was not the firstborn of his brother, we can see this in 1 Samuel 16:8-11. Then Jesse called Abinadab and made him pass before Samuel. And he said, Neither hath the Lord chosen this. Then Jesse made Shammah to pass by, and he said, Neither hath the Lord chosen this. Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel. And Samuel said unto Jesse, The Lord hath not chosen these. And Samuel said unto Jesse, Are here all thy children? And he said, There remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, Send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. Notice that David was the younger of his brothers. And I think it was 8 or 9 brothers. And David was the youngest. But yet he is called firstborn. In Psalms 89, verses 20 to 27. Let's read it. I have found David, my servant, with my holy oil have I anointed him, with whom my hand shall be established. My arm also shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him. And I will beat down his foes before his face, and pluck them that hate him. But my faithfulness and my mercy shall be with him, and in my name shall his horn be exalted. Horn means power. I will set his hand also in the sea, and his right hand in the rivers. He shall cry unto me, Thou art my Father, my God, and the rock of my salvation. Now get this, this is the main point. Also I will make him my firstborn higher than the kings of the earth. David wasn't born first. How could God make him his firstborn? Unless it's a position of power given by God. Notice all these men, Jacob, Ephraim, David, they were all called firstborn, and none of them was born first. Jesus being called firstborn in Colossians 1:15, who is in the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature, doesn't state that Jesus was created. Doesn't state it at all. God bless you. My name is Pastor Harris Kakalides. You're watching and hearing the program, Gain to Know Jesus. Bye.